I think it's time we start taking American culture a little more seriously. For too long, we've let other voices, European masters, rich snobs behind curated galleries, and art school grads who might as well be ChatGPT tell us what counts as art. That. I'm too much of a punk to conform, and I don't care enough about some trust fund baby's opinion anyway. Because every city across this great country produces food and art on par with anywhere in the world. From the fried chicken joints where raccoons press their noses to the glass to coffee shops that reinvent themselves like stage sets, kitchens, garages, and riverfronts where imagination refuses to sit still. And how do I know? Because I've eaten food, met people, rolled dice, and swapped stories in towns most folks drive past. And I've learned something simple. It's good everywhere, if you know where to find it. I'm going to be completely honest with you. There's a part of me that really gets joyful when I think about engaging in combat with another person. I don't know what it is about fighting and being pinned to the ground and hitting people with swords. It just makes me really happy. Now, Omaha probably isn't the first place you'll think of when it comes to sword fighting, but that's where I am. And I'm here with my friend Wayne Brekke, the owner of Dungeon Crate, as he teaches me some of the basics of fighting with a long sword.
Action. Is it recording?
Yes.
Okay, I can cut it. Don't worry about it. And go.
Do you know you're recording?
Honestly, I can't see anything. I'm so sorry. I'm also very
okay.
short.
Not a big deal.
So I can't.
It is recording. We're good to go. Just you have to touch it. No, it's good.
Okay, cool.
You have elbow pads, wrist guards, and of course gauntlets. We always wear a neck protection, back of the head protection, fencing mask. This is a basic one. Gauntlets. Biggest thing is protect your thumb too. There's more plastic underneath this to keep your thumbnail from getting smashed. That's how you do it.
HEMA, Historical European Martial Arts. It isn't play acting or cosplay. There's real sweat, real bruises, real steel on steel, and a community of people keeping century-old techniques alive. And after about 15 minutes of training, we were ready to exchange blows. The sword fight you're about to see wasn't a particularly good one, but with some clever editing and great music, you're gonna enjoy it anyway. Great.
Now that's an exercise. When you get into the club,
that's awesome. That's amazing.
it'll show you everything.
After a very restful night at my gracious host's home, I found myself aching from several days of travel and a sword fight. After a quick breakfast from one of the Midwest's many exceptional convenience stores, and I'm serious, we headed to Dungeon Crate for 11Zs and role-playing games. Role-playing games are storytelling with dice. You step into a character, make choices that shape a story, and together with friends you build a world that only exists because you imagined it.
In a crowded tavern called the Prancing Pony in the town of Brekke, during the waning years of the Third Age of Middle-earth. You all have been called here by the mysterious Grey Wizard known to you as Gandalf the Grey. As Gandalf sits in this smoky, bustling tavern, you all sit around a table with him. He has his large, wide-brimmed gray hat. He has his sword and his staff leaning against the corner. And the path is yours to choose, but choose swiftly, or every moment brings our foes closer. You could take The long road through the eastern mountains. It is slow and bitterly cold, but the shadows of the enemy fall thin upon those silent ridges. Nature, not malice, will test you then. Listen well, my friends. An ill wind stirs in the north, and the stakes could not be higher. There stands beyond the wild hills and forgotten roads an ancient tower made by the Arnorians. This quest is dangerous, and time weighs against us. If you falter, the enemy will claim this ring, and none can guess what horrors he may unleash. Go swiftly, and let wisdom be your guide.
It was my first Gen Con that I'd gone to, I think, and my buddies took me, and I just fell in love with the vendor hall. I saw all these things, all these accessories you could get, and I just blew my mind. So I said, I want a loot crate. Like, this loot crate was out, and so I had loot crate, and I was like, I want a loot crate for just RPG stuff. And
Right. I remember you coming back from that convention and you were like, how do I find this? You're looking everywhere online. Like, how do I find it? How do I get a loot crate that's just D&D stuff, not I pick all the pop culture stuff. I don't care about any of that. And I was like, I don't know, is that a thing? And you were like, I'm gonna make it.
yeah.
And
Where I make lots of stuff, so I was in that, and I said, hey, I was gonna do this sub box, and everybody just loved the idea, so I was kind of beta testing it on those guys. And then once we launched the pre-launch, it just blew up because they knew me from the crafting guild. And
because you're authentic. Like, you're
Yeah.
legit. Like, you've
Yeah.
been playing and DMing since 1980, whatever.
82 or 83.
Since the Satanic Panic.
Yeah.
Right?
But it was interesting because just getting started with that, my idea was to literally build a world and then just I just wanted all the stuff that you can find at the conventions in a monthly crate. And I didn't care if it related so much. I really, I wanted to make it just like you would do it, like a dungeon crate. You don't know what you're gonna get. You really don't. From month to month, you don't know what you're gonna get.
Wayne was amongst the first people to support my film, The Good in Games. It's why I'm here. His generosity inspired me to fly to Omaha to understand exactly what Dungeon Crate was. And when he showed me, I fell in love with it. And if you visit, you probably will too. When you have an opportunity to make something cool with beautiful young people, jump on it, especially if they have costumes and swords and big ideas like this group does.
It was a surprise from the shadows of steel and survival. A desperate and deadly affair which left a man dead. His life force suddenly without a vessel to guide him through the physical world. This is revenge is best served dead. To raise the dead, one must act with urgency. One must also be in possession of ancient magic. Magic which only exists when the circumstances call for it. Or, of course, when fairies are involved. Now revenge, like many emotional responses, is often a well-deserved gesture. Someone will have wronged you almost with certainty, and you will feel the command from within your soul to act on that wrong with outright malice. And that malice will lead to more death, unless At some point, we choose to stop. And in this story, 2 lives were spared. Or perhaps it was just the fairies playing jokes on a young man daydreaming about battles he's yet to fight. Either way, the ending is happy, yes? Be good to each other.
The very next morning, I'm off to a place called Edge of the Universe. Part dive bar, part art project, part coffee house, part community staple in Benson, Nebraska, just outside of Omaha. The owner is a set and prop master turned entrepreneur. The entire place is a rotating display of creativity, art, murals, cardboard sculptures, stained glass, affogatos, and lattes. I just know I love it, and I'll always choose a place like this over a Starbucks or a Dunkin' Donuts every damn time. I'm meeting my new friends Will and Sid, 2 Omaha residents with very different perspectives. Sid has seen Omaha since she was a child, and so she's seen it transform in front of her eyes.
And honestly, I love it. It's a great place to live. You still get like that city life feel here. Here's so many different community activities, so you can actually get out and talk to people, because people don't do that anymore. Edge of the Universe is ran by someone who used to work one of the playhouses here. So he makes every single decoration here by hand. It's really lovely.
And this is the part where I would typically share with you Will's perspective of what's happening in Omaha, but I didn't actually get audio of his interview because I was recording in half speed. Whoops. And so instead, I'm going to use that as a transition point to take you to Will's house.
Bad boy out. This is a traditional Puerto Rican pernil. It's a pork shoulder roast. Oh, oven open. There we go. Oh. Slow roasted all day. Oh, baby. The baste, so what we're gonna do now is we're gonna baste it and then we're gonna pop it back in and we're gonna do it at a higher temperature to get a nice roast on it. And if it's done correctly, the shoulder bone should literally pull right out and then it shreds almost like pulled pork. So what we're gonna do as well is with some of this juice here, when we go to make the rice, we're gonna use this as our water. I think we're getting there, baby, because the bone looks like it's falling off right there. This, I was telling you in the car, this is a traditional meal we typically do on special occasions, New Year's, Christmas, birthdays. Honestly, a good excuse to make it. Packed full of flavor. Not for the lighthearted, it is on the saltier side and the garlicky side.
Speaking my language.
But it's great in sandwiches, it's great in burritos, it's great by itself. One of my favorite things. Yeah, we're gonna make rice. So what we're gonna make right now is called arroz con gandules, which is the English translation is rice with pigeon teeth. So it's a yellow rice base. It's basically seasoned up pretty Puerto Rican-ish. We're going to be using some tomato sauce.
Will you say that that's basically seasoned up Puerto Rican-ish one more time for me? Because I wanted that on 2 different views.
Seasoned up Puerto Rican-ish rice.
We're about to find out what that means.
Yeah, all right, so what you need to Puerto Ricanize it? Adobo, number 1. Sazon. Garlic. Staple. Garlic powder or fresh garlic. In this case, we're going to use a little bit of powder and we're going to use a little bit of actual garlic. Caldo de pollo, which is chicken bouillon. And the magic for this, usually when you're making rice using just water, what we're going to do is we're going to take some of the oil and the excess fat and whatnot from the roast into there to give it that little bit of extra flavor.
Like you do.
Like one does. This right here, if you're making anything Puerto Rican, this is a staple. This has been around, I don't know how many hundreds of years.
And so what he's doing here is he's transferring flavor juices from one container to another. And when he does that transfer, the flavor juices will convert the rice into something extremely delicious.
This is my favorite part of the whole f***ing episode in Omaha. I get to go hang out with raccoons and eat fried chicken. It's probably an homage to my southern roots because at my core, I'm just a poor southern boy. At Alpine Inn, I feel right at home. The music, the beer, the people, it's perfect. And the chicken, it's amongst the best I've had anywhere in the world. And I've had a lot of chicken in a lot of places. And in Omaha, it's become a tradition 53 years running. I think it's really, really easy to say that you come for the raccoons and you stay for the food.
Which of your family members started the business?
So it was my great-grandparents, Glenn and Flavia. They bought it in 1973. Celebrated our 52nd anniversary this last May. And then been kids running ever since they passed, unfortunately.
Cool. So when did the raccoon thing start?
Like, raccoons have been around as long as the family has been. They started originally, the previous owners before my great-grandparents had a milk carton crate full of scraps. We do the same thing they did with a 5-gallon bucket of lunch.
Right.
We have people that come in and they'll buy a whole meal just for the raccoons. So it's fun. Dinner show. I love it. The chicken is, they say it's the best. It really is. It really is good.
So every time you come to Alpine to get the chicken? What is it about the chicken that you like so much?
It's different from any chicken anywhere else in the country. We travel for work, so
right.
We go everywhere and never had any chicken like they have here.
I'm getting more and more excited.
Omaha is full of surprises. I did not expect to have this good of a time in Nebraska. But when you introduce creative and fun, interesting people to the mix, bring in the incredible food, tell some stories with each other, and then you go downstairs in your hotel the last night you're in Omaha and you have the best cocktail you've ever had in your entire life.
Fucking bald. That is one of the best things I've ever had.
It's one of the fun things about this program is like there's a lot of drinks on the menu where it's like I know I'm not supposed to like this, but tough shit I do anyway. It tastes like cookies. Like,
it does.
Yeah.
I wasn't, dude.
I'm so sorry.
No, it didn't fall over. We're good. This is one of the best things I've ever had.
Yeah, it's so good.
What is it?
So that starts with the Carapano. It's a 4-year aged rum, and then I toast coconuts, and then while it's still hot, you throw the rum on it, and it quick infuses. And then it's ginger, honey, and honey ube creme, which is like a Filipino sweet potato. It's a touch of lemon as well.
Like, I'd go to war for this. Like, I can't even, like, that is stupid.
Fair enough. So the name of the bar is Anna's Place. It's named after a sex worker that's from Omaha, Nebraska. So as like time passed, she got into real estate, and then after she started making money out of that, she became a huge philanthropist.
Right.
So she donated her mansion, tried to donate her mansion to the city. There's a group of Puritans that knew where her money came from, and they absolutely could not deal with that. So they kept blocking this donation. So she ended up selling her mansion to the city. It was some dumb like $2 or whatever,
Right.
But that became our first hospital.
Wow.
Before I arrived, did I think that I would want to come for a second time? No. Did I think that Nebraska was a flyover state? Yes. Is it? Not at all. It surprised me over and over and over again. I think it'll surprise you too if you've never visited. So get in the car, get on the airplane, and go someplace you've never been before. It will surprise you. The people there will welcome you with open arms. You'll find things that you didn't know existed, and at the very least, you'll have great stories to tell at your office Christmas parties. Be good to each other.